gum chewing, and I wanted to do, Am I the Asshole? Subreddit, Am I the Asshole? I don't know if I've done this before on my channel. I think I did the bad dates subreddit. But the first one I found, we're gonna jump right in. It's, Am I the asshole for not wanting to give up my bed for guests? Let's make this bigger because I cannot fucking see. So my fiance and I have been living together since February, 10 months. When we moved in together, I brought my queen bed and we put it in a spare room for guests. Since then, we've had a couple friends and my sister visit, and each time they've stayed in the guest room. Fiance's parents are staying one night for the holiday, and he had planned to have us move over and sleep in the guest room and give his parents our room. His logic is simple. His parents are older, late 50s, and would have easy access to the ensuite, and it's what he's always done for their visits. The one difference is that whenever they visited in the past, it was at his old place with no guest room/bed, so he offered them his room and he slept on the couch, and I would be at my place. We recently got a king-size bed, and so the bed he used to have, that his parents have slept on, is in the guest room, and my old bed is now not in use, but still in the house for additional guests. When we bought the mattress, he texted about it, and then also said, so you guys will have a comfy bed to sleep on for Thanksgiving. It didn't occur to me that meant us giving up our bed and sleeping in the guest room, but I learned this morning that's what he intends. I feel weird about it. The guest room has the bed they've always slept on for visits. There's a guest bathroom directly next to the guest room, and we'd have to wash the sheets twice in 24 hours and adjust a bunch of our stuff to move over there. On a personal note, before it was his room he was giving up, but now it's our room, and I don't love people being in my stuff regardless of snooping. I don't know if I'm willing to fight over this, but I am trying to understand his perspective and help him understand mine. We have different cultural backgrounds, so perhaps that's a barrier for us. Thoughts? Edit. A couple of details I realized I forgot to add. His parents have separate bedrooms at home, and they typically don't sleep in the same bed, but the largest bed they have is a queen. His mom has had health issues, brain surgery in the last year, so we all want to make her as comfortable as possible. I think the guest room is adequate. Why am I having such a hard time reading? Before I read anymore, because she gives an update, I don't think you're being an asshole by saying no to them sleeping in your room. I think it's kind of creating a hassle for you guys to give up your bedroom. Oh, actually no. I think your fiance is making this deeper than it needs to be. I think if you have a specific private room for them to be in that's not your bedroom, that's more than enough for them to be comfortable, in my honest opinion. I don't see why you need to give up your bedroom for them. Because to be quite fair, I bet it would be even more uncomfortable and more of an inconvenience for them to be in your bedroom, and then throughout their stay, you're constantly realizing oh, there's something in my room that I need, and you have to constantly go in there and bother them and invade their privacy because you forgot things, little things that you forgot to bring over to the guest room that you need. I don't think this one is that deep, to be honest. Am I the asshole for not wanting my sister-in-law to come over for the weekends? Oh my god, it's not that long. Okay. My girlfriend and I are living abroad. This year, her sister decided to live abroad also, and decided to come to the country we are living in. She was unemployed back at home, and as a job opportunity came along, she decided to come to the country we are living in. The thing is, she came without any money. Her parents are the ones who sustained her at home, so naturally they gave her some money to come. My girlfriend paid her tickets for airplane, and at the airport the sister spent right away 160 euros in cigarettes. The whole month living at our house, never paid for groceries. I had to change our coffee brand at home for a cheaper one because she was at the house all day, and as me and my girlfriend took 1 cup of coffee a day, she was drinking 4 to 5 coffees, and of course, never bought coffee. The same with personal products like shower gel, toothpaste, etc. Also, she is one of those people who always says she can do everything, but is always late for everything. Only wants to vacuum when someone is holding the vacuum cleaner. Never did laundry and never helped with hanging clothes unless she is asked to do it. Always says she can cook but never cooks a whole meal correctly or without help, and always has great ideas that no one asked for. 1 month later, she got a room in a shared flat at the town she was working in. So she moved out. First weekend away, she came over to our house. I was okay with it because she was lonely, but then I noticed she only came over to take stuff back to her place. My girlfriend decided to go to her home country for a few days, and she was going to bring some stuff sister-in-law needed. So my sister-in-law called me saying, I'll be in your house this weekend, but she was not asking, she was informing me. I said no, and as my girlfriend was going to work on Saturday, I told her to come over only on Saturday at the end of the day, and as she does not need to be at my place all day with me. She always says I am complicated and picky, but in reality, I just want to be left alone and not have to deal with a woman child all day at my own house. I don't want her to feel too comfortable at our place because I don't want her to come over very often. Am I wrong? I don't think he's wrong at all. This one's very clear to me, very black and white. You're not wrong. She seems like a pest. She seems annoying. You're not wrong for not wanting her over. I just think that there may be a little bit of some complications when it comes to communicating this to said sister-in-law and girlfriend. You want to make sure you communicate with tact and precision as to not upset anyone. Oh, this one's good. This was posted an hour ago. Okay. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend to wash his hands while he was cooking? I'm 21 and my boyfriend is 22. We live together. For context, I'm a baker and I go to school for baking. How sweet. I would love to do that. We've had some problems in the past, but we had talks about them and worked through them. One of the main problems was that I was a little rude or mean, or just not nice when telling him about things he does around the house. Relatable. So yesterday, he was making chicken in the kitchen. That sounds like a rap. He touched the raw meat with his hands, and then touched all my cabinets, my seasonings, my clean dishes. Since I bake in my kitchen, it's very important it stays clean. So I told him, hey, I'm sorry, do you mind washing your hands or asking me to grab the stuff for you? I bake in here and I don't want my baked goods to get salmonella. Understandable. He said, okay. And that was it. But I noticed he was being really weird with me the next few days. He usually calls me on his lunch break at work, and he told me he had something he needed to tell me. He got off work at 5 and didn't tell me until 11 p.m. Then he told me that I was being very rude, and it feels like I only open my mouth to complain. It turned into an hour-long speech about how he was thinking about breaking up with me, but he wants to give it another shot because of what I did. I understand why we've had talks like this in the past, but I didn't think what I said was that bad. Yeah, I don't think you're the asshole necessarily, because this is a matter of right and wrong in terms of like health conditions. So this person isn't really the asshole, but I have learned from experience that there is a way to communicate things, and as my dad has always taught me, you catch more flies with honey. What's the saying that he would always say? Whatever. I don't think she's wrong necessarily, but that is funny because sometimes I'll like be seeing people like cook and stuff, and I want to ask them like, did you wash your hands, bro? Or they'll come out of the bathroom and I want to be like, did you wash your hands? As they go into the kitchen to like get a snack. But like, you can't really say that, can you? Am I the asshole for asking my friend to not bring her dogs to Friendsgiving? Okay. This one has the little tag that says asshole, so someone has already determined that they think that this person is in fact the asshole. Okay, I'm 26 if it matters. So my friends and I do a Friendsgiving every year. I hosted this year for the first time, and I planned everything from decorations, food, setting, etc. One of my friends, we'll call her Kara, has 2 dogs that she basically takes everywhere. They're not emotional support animals or anything. She just likes having them around. Normally I'm okay with her bringing them here for a visit or two, but last year at our friend's house, one of her dogs snatched the dressing off the table and gobbled all of it while everyone was watching the game in the living room. I didn't think this was very funny at all at the time, and decided this year to make sure she can't bring her animals to my house. Yesterday in the group chat, I reminded everyone at the start time, and I added, also just a heads up, no pets this time please. I didn't single her out specifically, I just made it a general statement. Immediately, Kara messaged me and asked if that meant her dogs. Duh. I said yes, that I really preferred she not bring them because I don't want dog hair in the food. I don't want to be managing animals in addition to hosting, and I don't want a repeat of last year. There was also going to be several small kids attending, so I wanted to be extra careful. Well, she didn't like that and immediately got super snarky and upset. It's always the person. I'm sorry. I'm about to say something really mean. Let me stop. She didn't like that and immediately got super snarky and upset. She mentioned she had no one to watch her dogs. Okay. And said they should be fine at home. Y'all are gonna think I'm the asshole. And I said they should be fine at home by themselves for a few hours. Question mark. She said no because they had anxiety issues and need to be with her at all times. I said that's important. I don't know why this is so funny to me. I think it's really funny because it's like, this is the reason why I'm not a big dog person. And I would love to be friends with this girl. She is a girl and she's 26, if it matters. She's 26 just like me. This is why I'm not like a huge dog person. I'm kind of warming up to the idea of a dog, but like this is like the general reason why I'm not a big dog person. And I feel like, and I know people love dogs, so I'm probably going to offend a large sector of people, but the truth of the matter is I don't really care. I feel like it's always dog people that always have a problem when you tell them like, hey, I don't really want your dog here. Like, they even get mad, like, bro, this is my house. And why is it always okay that we openly dislike or hate children, but when people talk about dogs or animals, it's like all bets are off? It's so weird, the disdain, the open disdain and dislike of children that our society has, and like how we want child-free zones, but we can have animals shitting in grocery stores. And this has actually happened to me. I went to my favorite grocery store, like I think it was earlier this year, and a dog literally pooped in the grocery store. That's a fucking health violation. Okay, so let's see. She told me her dogs are her family, that they're better behaved than most adults, and especially better behaved than kids, and that I was being controlling and purposely excluding her. She said that if her dogs aren't allowed, then she's not coming. I told her I'd be sad if she didn't come, but the rule stands. Stand on it, babe, because I'm hosting this year. She's bringing the cake and the potato salad, and I asked what her plans were for getting the food here. Okay, that's a little fucked. If I'm gonna tell a friend I'm sad that you're not coming anymore, you can't expect her to still bring the food. Like, no, that was a little mean. I even offered to pick it up. She then said she has zero intention of giving any food if her family isn't welcome. While frustrating, I just told her that's unfortunate and that I wish she'd be a little more understanding, and then had to scramble to find dessert and potato salad at a grocery store halfway across town. So it sounds like people are ripping into her. Okay, so someone says, I was on your side until you asked her to drop off the food anyway. That is a firm you're the asshole move. Yeah, I agree. If Kara's not coming, neither is her food. This is what someone said, and I agree 100%. Like, you're allowed to say what you don't want at your home, but you can't like say to her, so how is your food getting here? Like, yeah, someone says, yeah, don't bring your dogs because dog hair will get in the food, but bring food from your house that is presumably coated in dog hair. Yeah, she's not the asshole, but she is the asshole for expecting the food to still come. And being greedy too. Am I the asshole for backing out as a bridesmaid if I wasn't told the cost of attending the wedding? This friend of mine from high school and I met up after a year of not seeing each other late last December. She asked me to be her bridesmaid and I said yes. Yes. Fast forward a few months of basically no communication, I get added into a group chat with the other bridesmaids. I can't attend most events, especially getting to see the dress fitting, because I go to another university a few hours away and I'm constantly swamped with work. I'm not really in the loop of events and topics. Finally comes the discussions of bachelorette, and it's a trip. She chooses a destination and it ends up being a bit more expensive than I presumed, but it was still within budget for me, so I agreed. It then ends up being rescheduled. 3 of them are no longer in college, but I still am, and it happened to be my birthday and finals week, which could make or break me, you know. I said that I could no longer attend. The bride texted me a couple weeks later and asked if I got the hotel yet. I said no. I didn't even know where or what the plans were since I was not in the loop of anything for months. She tells me to text the traveler's agent for details, and so I do. I knew that it was a destination wedding to Mexico, but didn't realize the cost. ... I text the traveler agent for the details. She says a 3-day minimum at the hotel, and it's 1.7k. I believe before taxes and fees, just for the hotel. My heart sank because my car was just totaled and I had to spend 6k out of my pocket to fix it. This didn't include the flight, activities, gifts, etc. I'm in college and haven't had a job since I take a ton of hours, and also didn't have a car for months. I'm also a junior in engineering, so my life has been nothing but school. I texted the bride and told her I couldn't afford that. It's been over a month and she hasn't texted me back about it. After adding up the costs, it would have been around 3k to attend this thing, and also have to buy a specific dress. All of my friends said it's not worth the stress plus financial burden, and that it was wrong to be expected to pay that at such a young age. But those are my friends, so I expected them to be biased. Am I the asshole? No. I'm not the asshole at all. Okay, let's do one more. Am I the asshole for not being grateful for my husband's birthday gift? I can't believe I'm doing this, but my husband and I can't get on the same page for this one. He feels that gifts, no matter how small, should be appreciated. I agree, if it was any other day, it would have been fine, but as I stared at the coffee-scented bar of soap, I couldn't fake a genuine smile. It's good to know that I love coffee in all its glory, and anything that has to do with coffee would normally make me happy, but this, a little background information, is that my husband has recently purchased a home gym device that cost him an arm and a leg. I didn't agree with the purchase because he wanted to start a personal training business with that singular full-body machine. He was excited about renting a small office space that had no windows and putting it in there to make money. He's not a personal trainer either, and we are surrounded by gyms in our area. He has spent all his savings on this one device that is now, and I understand that, but I don't agree with it and the timing of it. Today I was being colder than usual because I was exhausted and hurt. I didn't want to talk, but he kept pushing, so I told him that I didn't enjoy the gift, that it felt insulting and insufficient. He got pissed off because I'm not appreciating the situation that he is in. I don't see it as a situation that he's in, but a choice that he made. He left the house without saying a word and returned with flowers and matcha. I was honest and told him that it felt like putting a band-aid on it, but not genuine. He's mad again, and I'm exhausted and unsure if I made the right choice and if I'm the asshole for not appreciating the flowers. I don't know. Let's see. People are like, he got you a bar of soap for your birthday. That's just sad. There's more in your relationship dynamic that needs to be discussed. Okay, I'm gonna say how I would feel. Personally speaking, I would be fucking pissed if I got a bar of soap for my birthday, especially given the circumstances that you've just gone broke buying a piece of equipment that I didn't agree with you purchasing, and now because of this purchase you are broke and can only get me a bar of soap for my birthday. So yeah, I would 100% agree. I do agree, she's not the asshole. And I'm trying to see, like, how could he make it up to her? I think just admitting, because obviously there's more, it's not just the soap that's pissing her off, it's the fact that he purchased the gym equipment. So I think the only way to really fix this is to have that conversation, because there's more to the story. But yeah, that's kind of it for this video, you guys. Have you guys ever posted in one of these subreddits? I used to post in these types of things all the time, especially when I was like anxiety ridden